Combating Unhealthy Habits, Social Media's Negative Impact on Generation Alpha by Hannah Kavanaugh, Ava Hale, Caden Stottle, and Audrey Zaid.
This presentation is informative for both adolescents who use social media as well as their parents and guardians.
Now that you know our project population, let me introduce to you our project goal. We want to help eliminate the unhealthy habits that come with the negative impact of social media in Generation Alpha, which is defined as kids born between 2010 and 2025. The health promotion theory that we thought most aligned with our project population is the health belief model. Based on research, social media can hurt mental and physical health, such as causing depression, anxiety, and addiction. By teaching the parents and kids of Generation Alpha about these risks, they will be perceiving the susceptibility and severity of social media's consequences. The project also focuses on helping parents and teens believe they can control their social media use, even with things like peer pressure or addiction. With the right education, this population can have self-efficacy. Lastly, our study looks at how things like age, gender, education, and socioeconomic status affect people's beliefs about health. These modifying factors influence how the population sees the risk of social media and how able they feel to make healthy decisions.
The following are the key results that this project intends to achieve. First, according to the Annie E. Casey Foundation, social media usage significantly increases the risks of suicide and depression, especially in adolescents. By reducing or monitoring social media usage within Generation Alpha, we as a society can reduce depression and suicide rates. Next, studies have shown that adolescents who are exposed to positive messages regarding substance abuse online are more likely to abuse substances in real life. By presenting adolescents with negative messages about substance abuse or monitoring what they can access online, society can decrease the prevalence of substance abuse among Generation Alpha. Lastly, cyberbullying seen online increases the risks for adolescents to develop body dysmorphia and potentially dangerous eating disorders. By monitoring internet access, society can limit cyberbullying occurrences and instead use social media to promote positive body image.
With these results in mind, we have 3 SMART objectives. First is that by May 2030, children under the age of 15 will decrease social media use by approximately 35% to help eliminate exposure to unhealthy habits like eating disorders and poor self-esteem. Our strategy is suggesting a mandated meeting that should take place once a semester, which educates both students and families about the negative effects of social media and how to stray away from it. There are apps such as Google Family and NetNanny that will help filter and monitor all that Generation Alpha has access to on the internet. These apps are for parents or guardians. So, parents, download these apps fast and attend these meetings to help your children. To evaluate, a survey will be put out to the children and or caregivers about the children's screen time and most used apps through school or community health programs.
Moving on to our second SMART objective, we would like to see that by May of 2030, the prevalence of substance abuse in Generation Alpha will decrease by roughly 35% in comparison to previous generations. We have discovered from multiple studies and research that social media has a direct impact on substance abuse due to the glorification and normalization of drugs and alcohol. Since Generation Alpha is in their informative years, where they are most susceptible to negative things to quote unquote try to fit in, it is extremely important to help educate and reduce the use of social media. We plan to achieve this goal by adding a health class to curriculum that promotes healthy habits and discourages substance abuse like vaping and alcohol. So parents, students, and staff members act fast and make sure there is full enrollment and completion of this course, since it is extremely imperative for these kids' mental and physical health. How we plan to evaluate the outcome and success of this strategy is to analyze participation and grades to assess their understanding of the new health class. In addition to this, we would also like to gather police reports of the prevalence of students in ISS due to substance abuse. And last but certainly not least, we have our third SMART objective. We would also like to see by May 2030 that reports of various mental health challenges like suicide, anxiety, and depression will decrease by 35% in Generation Alpha. We hope to achieve this goal by implementing mandatory surveys once a semester to gather information about the most prevalent mental health challenges in this generation. After the survey, and once we identify the most prevalent challenges, we will provide resources and support for them, as well as information on the factors that increase the likelihood of developing mental health challenges like social media and bullying. So parents and staff, please enforce the children to complete the mandatory surveys and utilize the resources that are provided. In order to evaluate the success of our goal, we will have monthly reports from the school counselor tracking student reports of mental health challenges, all while abiding by HIPAA.
This is our references page. Thank you so much for watching.